Okay, first garden tour, July 26th. We will start way out front here. Can't believe it's already middle of July and I've only gotten this much done because we've had wet, flooding, kinda garden wetness, and cool to begin with. Couldn't get out and get nearly as much done. I'm so far behind. There's so much to do, but it's a blessing. Put some flowers in here this year, and there's stuff from last year, and these are coming in from last year. Hopefully the wind and the planes aren't going to ruin this too badly, but those are coming in from last year, so that's okay. And then over here, the camper's been Shiloh. The camper's just been stuck for years now, can't get to it. And I built this thing in the spring. It's looks kind of weird, but it's kind of a bamboo poles with strings that hold it together. It's like a half a lean-to on that side, because the idea was to put vine cucumbers in, but only one. We had a bad year for cucumbers. Everybody lost their cucumbers because of the cold. So I found some butchered ones. That one looks okay, this one not so okay, and this one, or these two, not so okay. But anyhow, they were supposed to climb up here. I might replace them, but I just haven't gotten around to it, so maybe they'll grow. That one will be okay, but that was the idea anyhow, is that's a lean-to, temporary, of course, quick, easy, cheap, using materials that I've got around. Then I got tomatoes, some onions, because you want to plant onions to do the insect prevention thing. Got some peppers in there, and eggplant over there in the corner, and then put some flowers in and stuff here. Cut that bush down just a couple days ago. Cut all these on the neighbor's property because they don't take care of it. They're lilacs. You know how lilacs will get aggressive, so I had to cut them back so that I got some sun into this area. Marigolds everywhere because they're great for companion plants, avoiding the insects and stuff like that. And they look good, and they grow fast, and they're cheap, and they're perennial, so they come back. And then this is just old stuff I got hanging around, pallets and metal and stuff, and part of a hockey net and stuff, and I just put it together because those are all seeded cucumbers and they're coming through. So those were purchased cucumbers, like larger, from the greenhouse, and these are seeded and they're coming in. They're supposed to climb up that, right? And then the tomato over there, more marigolds along that line over there, behind this over here, and then some onions. And these are beans. These are climbing beans on the outside, and these are bush beans on the inside. The bush weren't taken off too crazily. I put some new ones in a couple days ago. Hopefully they'll germinate. And the pepper over there, and this thing here, again, for the climbing, and the lean-to, and it's old hockey net parts. So I'm just salvaging whatever I can and making things up as I go. And that's a shower base. Got it for free, brand new, with a hole in the bottom for the drain, right? So just use the shower base, put it on the ground, put some good clean dirt in it, keep the weeds from the grass out. And over here I got some flowers mixed in with some peppers, and I moved them from inside to outside a little early. It was still stormy and cool and stuff, so those peppers got beat up, but they look like they're making it. So they're a little late going in. They were small, and I just put them in 2 weeks ago, I think. Then we got storms and stuff. These I just did in the last couple of days. Got some good deals from the greenhouse on onions, like $1 for a pack of 6 or something. So onions. I got way too many peppers. Some hot, some mini bell. Got some radishes. They're not doing great, but everything has got so soaking wet. More radishes. I just put these together. It's like a herb garden thingy. This is just flowers for the pollinators and for the insect thing. Onions with flowers, and then dill grows like crazy. Love the smell of dill. Smell that? See? Oh, you love dill, don't you? I know you guys. And then flowers with peanuts. Peanuts are really easy. You just take shelled peanuts, take the peanut out of the shell, put it in the dirt. In a couple of days it's leafing, and supposedly peanuts will be underneath of it. But I just had peanuts, so I said I'll try it, and then I put some flowers in there with it, and then some flowers just for flowery sake. This deck here, just temporary, nothing's nailed down. It's just sort of because this whole area here is supposed to be house expansion. One day, possibly, if I stay, you know, I've told you all about my plans for UFO landing pads and different things, but you know, so then we take out that fence and we take out this step, and then we take out the temporary deck on the other side, and we take this down, and it'll probably be a front deck to inside, and then inside right here. So we'll see stuff, but for now I got the lumber hanging around. It was just tons of labor, put in so many hours this year already, man, and we're so far behind. Got some taters growing in here. Why? I don't know. Just because I got taters and I got containers, and I'm overdoing. I'm an overdoing guy. Some herb things I need to put in a new container. Some flowers. I bought a whole bunch of flower seeds off this collector person in Calgary. Bought about 40-50 bucks worth of specialty seeds. All kinds of rare ones and not so rare ones, but anyhow, from seed society. So these are going to be some kind of flower. I think they're, let's see, they're Maltese cross tall. So we'll see. They're alive, so that's good. And then I got some potatoes and garlic that I got to put in because I have them. Some flowers, some onions I just put in there yesterday. These got too wet, so I'm trying to get them dried out. And, you know, some marigolds that I can move around and put closer to the veggies, and something I don't know what it is, but it's growing, so leave it. Some more marigolds, something else I don't know what it is, something else I don't know what it is. I thought these were carrots, but it's looking more like dill. There might be some carrots in there and who knows what, because I don't write things down, and I should. More peanuts, marigolds, and blue nice small flowers, and just some more flowers, and some garlic that I just put in. Didn't do so well with garlic last year. We'll see. My onions that I started indoors, you know, through the grow tent stuff. So they're bigger and they're doing okay, right? And go and, where am I here? You know, chew this up, and these are mini roses. I really like them. I had them inside and they were rosing. That's not what you call it, but flowering. And then they're not right now, but we're going to get some heat finally this week. Middle of July, can you believe it? Finally getting some heat. And so maybe they'll rose out again. She had flowers on her. And let's see, more dill, because dill is great. You can use it for eating, but I just use it because it smells good. And it's another one of those companion plants. And these are smaller tomatoes, started indoors in my grow tent. Not looking so good, but it's been super wet and cool. This one's beginning to go okay. It's got some flowers on it, so we'll probably catch up. It's on the south side, so it gets blistering hot. So the tomatoes, and then these tomatoes were grow tent tomatoes. These are sort of medium-sized tomatoes, and they're doing well. I expected that. And then some peppers, more garlic that I just started. Flowers, there are some more of these flowers that I bought, and I don't know what they are. Not the blue ones, the pink ones. There might be a tag in there, I don't know. And finally got some Brussels sprouts. Tried to start them indoors. Haven't had luck with Brussels sprouts. 3 years I've been trying. But bought these ones from the store, got a good deal on them. Got about half a dozen, because each one will make 100 if they do what they're supposed to do. But so far I haven't had any luck. And then I put chives in the middle to be a anti-insect. And chives are good too, right? And then more peppers. You want some peppers? I got way too many peppers. And then just some flowers. And then these are more seeds I got from the society. Now these are classified in Alberta as invasive, but they're bachelor buttons, and they got a few other names, and they really flower like mad, but you don't want to let them into your garden unless you want the whole place taken over. So I just sort of put them in here, and I'll try to get around to picking the flowers before they drop their seed, and keep the seed and hopefully keep the seed out of more peanuts and marigolds, I think. And there's some flowers over here. This I've been working on pretty hard this year, putting some money into flowers and stuff all along here on the outside. These are all mini roses, so a couple feet tall. Like I said, they're getting beat up. These ones are getting more sun down here. They had flowers on them, then they lost the flowers. So maybe the flowers will come back now. We're gonna get some heat and stuff. But I just concerned that they don't die, and so they're going good. And I got those little purple ones that grow like mad all over. Really like them. They're cool, and I put them all through there. So a little mix in that area's just got some radish and some whatever. Got to get in there, and back in there I put all kinds of different kinds of seeds, corn and whatever at the back, but nothing's really taken. I put marigolds in there, and I just put some lupin because we got lupin at Mom's, and it grows like crazy, and it's a nice flower and really tall. So free seeds, so I just threw some seeds back there, maybe they'll take. And then these here I bought from the store, part shade, don't know what they are. Got other ones down there that should come up and flower and stuff like that. We got some flowering stuff. We got those invasive, I'm trying to get rid of those. I don't know what they're called, but they're purple and they're just so hard to control. They propagate by root and they just go everywhere, like there. They're all over. So I just been pulling it like crazy, and I gave them that little space to do their thing, because they're not unpretty. They just take over the whole space, right? So you got to work it. And then some more purchased from the thing, flowers and bushy things, and then some more marigolds, and then some of these flowers that should be opening pretty soon right there. Don't know what you called, but and I got other flowers in there that should. Bush I dug up, I got 5 for free, just had to go labor and dig them. Some grass in the back, and like I say, corn, lupins, or whatever happens to come back up along that row there. Some grass there, some grass there. Here's some more of these flowers that I got started indoors in the grow tent. I don't know, is there a tag? Yes, there is a tag. What are they called? Gee, I don't know. Here they are. Laventera. So whatever Laventera is, but they look pretty weak. I put them out. I'm not treating them well, moving them outside, inside to outside, shock, but they are coming on. Obviously got a flower showing, so they're okay. And we're only about a month behind on everything else here. These are from last year. That's all been growing and stuff. And trees I put in over the time, and different trees and stuff, and birdhouses and fence that I built, and then that kind of plastic lattice. And then here I got that for free, brand new soaker tub. Don't know what to do, but it was free. It came with that shower base. And so I thought, I got a deck here that I'm not using really. I'll put it there. I was going to use it for a planter, but it's so deep, I'm not too sure. Could, but I might sell it, but they're not selling. There's lots for sale, so I might get 100 for it if I went for sale. But even though it's brand new, dirty, but a person could soak in it if it gets hot. Just put the plug down, fill it with cold water, go in there and sit and drink your beer or whatever. So not all that unusable there the way it is. An old doghouse that the dog never uses, but built it in the 90s, and it weighs about 300 pounds, and then we moved it here, and I've moved it around so many times by myself. Everything's been done by myself. All these logs, all these millions of rocks, thousands of loads of gravel and sod and dirt and stuff. So over here we got some older stuff. We got this greenhouse that I had covered in shade cloth because I was trying to grow brassica, which is the Brussels sprouts and the cauliflower and the other ones, but the moths get on it, so I thought I'd put a shade cloth over it. You might have remembered from last year, and but then it got too shady. I didn't think it would, but it did. That white cloth you could put over, I've got some, but it's pretty fragile, so I didn't know, the row cover crop cover net stuff. But so I got some more brassica in here. These ones closer are cauliflowers. The ones in the middle are eggplants, and I don't know, I had eggplant seeds, lots of them I bought. They germinate really easy. They're looking a little weak right now. Like I say, we just got too much rain, and they're not very good with the cold. so they should recover, the ones in the middle. But I bought an eggplant for the first time just to see, and it's okay. You mix it with stews and soups, and or eat it with other food, so it'll be okay. I just moved this over here from over there. I'll show you. And these are peas, and I got peas everywhere, so I just put these in. They're just beginning to come up, and I put more seeds in there, so hopefully they come up. And then over here I've got chives, which some are from last year, some I've added to this year. Same with this, some chives which I put some more in, and then some bushes, different things going on here, right? And then some older, a couple years ago, bushes that I need to get to and clean this area up. And these are something, I think, the Japanese something or other. They're prickly, but they're nice, and but they need to be trimmed back. But you got to be careful because they're really prickly. And I got some grassy stuff that I planted back in there last year, so it'll come up. This deck needs to be done, but it's temporary. These have to be held back, which I'll get to, because like I said, this year's just been way crazy. Just as many hours as I can put in every single day for months and months and months and months, including plus the inside greenhouse thing that started in February. Got some potatoes that I just planted here, so they should do okay. I'll have more potatoes, but at least they'll have something. And then there's the other side of this greenhouse. I could put plastic on it. I need to do a few repairs to it because I only held it together with zip ties instead of the actual connectors, because the connectors would cost you, hundreds of dollars for that many connectors, and don't really have that. And then these things are just really over crazy, man. They just go like crazy. I'm trying to get some bushes to grow in there, some of those free ones, plus last year that potentilla and 2 spireas there. And then I got those that Jared said were some kind of dope plants or something last year. I don't know, there might be a tag in there, I can't remember what he called them. And he says something to do with marijuana or something, dope, I don't know. And then this is where I had those peas that were over there here in a bucket that didn't have any drainage, so they got soaked out and they got totally obliterated by tons of rain and no drainage. So then I changed it to a flower garden, and that was going to be for them climbing, but now it's just got to go somewhere else. That'll be another flower pot growing something or other, because I have the space and I have the stuff, and I'm trying to get rid of stuff. But if I use as much, put it places, then whatever's left over I can get rid of, right? This grass needs to come back in. Took some logs out, like that log. I had logs here, don't ask me why I did, beams. And there's some more flowers. And here in this one, that's some peanuts, but this is more of those seeds. And this one's silver lumens or something. Full sun, 2 to 4 feet. That's just a purchased one. Something, I'm not sure what they're called, but anyhow, more of those seeds. They're doing good, so they'll come up flowers later. Oh look, I got some tomatoes coming in right there. Okay, so we're doing okay. Not for mid-July, for mid-June, but whatever. We'll see how it goes. We had our first hail a couple days ago. This thing, I can't remember, but it grows like crazy. But it's nice, it's got flowers, it feeds the pollinators, and it's easy to chop down. You can break it with your hands and take it right down, so it's easy. And then just more area that I'm working on for different kinds of flowers and different things I've planted, and trial and error and stuff. These have been here a couple years and they're doing really well, whatever they're called. And pollinators love them. And then I put some more flowers in here this year, and I got a bush that's trying to grow, spirea, and then I put some more flowers in down there. I had so many tomatoes that I put a couple over here in the ground, tomatoes, because I had space. I had tomatoes, they had to go somewhere. And those are chives, or those are mint, and something. And then these are just weeds. I got to get down there and get those weeds out of there, but no harm. Just started a bucket of onions all over. Just started peas. I started some peas a couple weeks ago. This area doesn't get much sun because it's on the back side of the house, until this time of day, like 2 in the afternoon, 1 in the afternoon, starts to get sun. Leaky faucet, used a bucket, used a sink, dug it into the ground, put the bucket in, fill it up. Well, used a hose, bucket fills up because of leaky faucet that I just can't get around to fixing. So I MacGyver it. More peas I just put in 2 weeks ago, and they're doing crazy. And well, wouldn't you know it, another hockey net. Well, why not, right? Peas need something to grow up, and I got a hockey net, and so let those grow up. So they should grow up okay. In here I got zucchinis, which again, they don't get sun until later in the day, but they're doing okay finally. Last year I didn't do so well with zucchinis. Got an onion down there because you always got to have those. These peas I got in the middle. Oh yeah, I built all this year. Like the outside frame was from last year, but I bought these cattle panels and stuff because, well, they work, and they work really good, and they're easy to work with, and they're not that expensive. And so I got peas down the middle, zucchini over here, and squash over there, and some onions. So we'll see how that goes. So far so good. The peas will get up and they'll start to shade the zucchinis because the sun goes over there. Some beans. Last year I didn't do good with beans, a little, but this year is better. Got on it, got better soil, put more beans in. The same as the peas, I put a second planting in already. Zucchini, I put some, not so much zucchini, but the squash, I put an extra planting of seeds in there to compensate for the ones that weren't going. This area is all going to be rebuilt, you know, and my plan this side of the house comes out that far and comes down here. So all this is just temporary until all this gets redeveloped in this area here. Hopefully, maybe one day, maybe not, we'll see. I don't have a lack of anything to do, so why do anything? Scrap metal pile, scrap wood pile, hedges doing good. Trees on the other side that I planted on the neighbors when the other owner, 2 owners ago, they just sold the place again. Sold 3 or 4 times since I've lived here. And yeah, so we got this thing here I got for free, this gazebo thingy, and last year I had it covered in shade cloth, like I said, trying to keep the bugs out, but too much shade. So this year I just took it off, and I still got the frame and I could use it, so why take it down? Got other things to do. More onions, potatoes in there, just using a piece of chrome checker plate to reflect the sun. More chrome checker plate to reflect the sun. More chrome, but it's covered in cloth. I got a netting I got to take down. I got some onions in there, I got some carrots, I got some potatoes back there, I got some beans I just put in down here. Marigolds are put, but they're not up, so we'll see about that. And some potatoes over there, and some potatoes in a bucket, and some dill that I just planted. And there's those beans, and on this side I got potatoes going there. And then I put carrots in, but they didn't come up yet, so I just put a second planting of carrot seed down here. So we'll see if the carrots do come up. And my squash are in the middle there. Little slow, but those ones are doing okay. They get a bit more sun, and I just put a couple peppers in because I got too many peppers, and I'm just putting them here, there, and wherever. That flowery thing I just bought from the greenhouse and put there, and some grassy things, and the older garden there, and a tree that I got cut down, and a pine tree that probably should be cut down, and the pine tree over here that's not doing so good. So just moved it to put this garden in, so it's not happy. Another smaller pond that I'm just aerating, but I do have another fountain right here if I get around to it, and some hose and stuff to put in water circulation rather than just air. But if you aerate the small pond, it stays pretty fresh. In this area I've been doing some of these are from last year, some I just put in. It doesn't get so much sun around here, but it's doing okay. I just put a pepper in recently because I have too many peppers, and I put these flowery things in, which hopefully will do good. And This is growing from last year. I don't know what it is. If you guys know what it is, let me know. I think it's a weed, but it looks good, and I can always pull it out later. It's not like I have a shortage, and I got some more chives that are mixed with grass that I have to get in there and get the grass out. And then I got some Russian something or other you call there. And then I've got a thingy there, forgot the name of it, and I got some lilies over there in a bush that I got for free. I just dug it up over there. And the pond that I made with a hot tub and a children's slide covered by rubber, of course, and then a regular pond, and I'm just using the pump in there, and it stays balanced. This stays full, that stays full. The pump's at the right rate, not too fast, not too slow. Got lucky. It's not an adjustable pump, I just got the right one, I guess. And yeah, and then some junky area stuff I'm going to try to use, hay, straw, and more fence. Got to rebuild this shed. It's a piece of crap. I hired a contractor to build it 10 years ago, and it's just falling apart. It's just, but that's okay. I can double the size of it because I'm allowed to have a garage back here, technically. So I'm hoping to be able to build a big shed and call it a garage, I guess, with no driveway, but whatever, we'll see. But you know, and just hang out. It's a hangout spot. It's my little oasis. It's my nature reserve without having to go anywhere. You know, just come back here and hang out. There's birds and some other little critters. Lots of insects, tons of mice. Love living here. I mean, look at all the habitat and all the food. I mean, I've got, I don't know if you've been noticing, but I got bird feeders all over the place. And then I got big barrels of food that I dump on the ground sometimes, you know, spillage as I'm filling and stuff like that. So, oh, a generator, you probably knew that from last year. And there's a generator, and then I've got cable, you know, the expensive kind of cable, runs all the way behind here, all the way behind here. There you can see some of the cable right there. That cable runs down here, or that's rope, but somewhere there, there's cable. And the cable comes out over here. There's a cable. It's yellow too, that's why I thought the rope, but the cable goes here and then across here and then across here. It goes into here, and there's split into plugs, multi-plug, and then I can run an extension cord into the basement, and I can run an extension cord into the house until I rig up back here by the tap, because by the tap I've already got electrical that I sort of been working on, and I've got 220, is it, or, you know, 110, 220 in there that goes to the shed, so I can have 220 at the shed, and just need to finish off the electrical and hook it up properly. But I could run the house, I could run that generator cable into this 220 and then to the electrical box inside, and then have a second electrical box. You know how you do that safely, kind of thing, right? And yeah, man, just sort of barely just getting it together, catching up and stuff. Lots to do and stuff. Hey, new dog. Hi. I don't know your name. Yeah, hi. I don't know your name. What's your name? What's your name, buddy? Woof. Woof's your name, eh? Okay. New neighbors with a new dog. And then we're almost over. Nothing much to see in here. You know, you've seen the grow tent before. And I had half my veggies here, but now I moved most of my veggies out. There's a few veggies to move out still, late starts and stuff. Trying celery from the store, cut off 3/4 of the top part to eat, keep the bottom third, soak it in water till the roots come out, plant it in dirt, and then you've got celery growing, and so maybe it'll work. And I've just got other regular plants, and there's my inside grow zone. That's, yeah, overdone. Jason's overdone growing this kind of inside garden, meshing with outside garden, eventually to expand through the window out onto the deck, which we've already been at, and back to the front new entryway, maybe and new addition here, and then blown out windows and more sun, because that's not really that sunny inside for growing what I'm trying to grow, right? So it's not exactly like this was a short video, that's for sure. 30 minutes. I think I'm going to be uploading for half the afternoon probably, but once I get it uploaded, if it will take a half-hour video for free, which is kind of cool that we get to do that, and then I'll shoot it out to you, and if you don't sit through it, then I don't blame you. But there you go, that's what I've been doing this year. So I'm not even halfway done, but better than going to the casino, getting drunk and blowing all your money on gambling, right? So it's a blessing. There you go. Come out and see me, or maybe I'll get to see you, but not for a couple months, as we said. Ciao.